Good evening, good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you to the Women, Wealth, and Entrepreneurship. Welcome to the Women, Wealth, and Entrepreneurship Live Virtual Experience that takes place every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm actually on Periscope right now as well. Hello, everyone. If you want to join the live experience here with the Women, Wealth, and Entrepreneurship, I encourage you to log into our group on Facebook. And thank you for the heart, guys. I'm on my Periscope, guys, right now. Say hello, everyone. But anyway, and join us live. So I just wanted to stop in to our scopers to say, hey, listen, we are going live, and tonight we're talking about keys to eradicating and eliminating nonsense out of your business and your life. So if you're not on Facebook or Women, Wealth, and Entrepreneurship, I encourage you to join us so you can access the link so you can join us live. All right. So everyone that is watching me, that's called like a dual thing, right? Trying to operate two systems at once. So again, this is Yakinea Marie, the wealth strategist to entrepreneurs and CEOs, a certified business coach, and the CEO of the I Am Woman Network. Excited that you have joined me on tonight. I tell you, this is I love meeting with individuals. Oftentimes, I have the honor of interviewing someone, a woman entrepreneur that's in our network, the I Am Woman Network. And on tonight, I am going to just have a conversation with you all. I know that we are transitioning over in 2016. Yes, I said that. Although we have a quarter left in this year is pretty much over with, right? That doesn't mean that you should stop. No, you should really be moving forward because you should be spilling over into 2016. All right, you shouldn't just be focused on 2015, but you should be spilling over into 2016. So tonight, I'm going to start off and I'm going to talk about steps to removing nonsense out of your business and your life. But for those individuals that may be watching this for the first time or being introduced to me for the first time, let me kind of just share with you who I am. I am a mother of one. I am a grandma of one. I have a beautiful 2-year-old daughter who I absolutely love. I have not always been an entrepreneur. I've always had an entrepreneurial bug because I've been selling stuff since like the 4th or 5th grade. But I have not always had like this bright peachy cream life. I've made some decisions that could have taken my life. I've made some decisions that could have landed me in jail. I've made some decisions that just could have ruined my name forever. But I transitioned. There was a shift in my life that took me off of the road of destruction and put me over into a more promising future. And so with that, I began to dibble and dab in the true entrepreneurial, the true meaning of entrepreneurship. I've been in sales since like 2002, and then that is when I started my quest and my journey as an entrepreneur. So now I own my own company. I've been full-time in my business since 2013. I started my company in 2012, and we just launched a new arm of the business, which is the I Am Woman Network, which actually launched this year, January 31st. So we're coming up on our 1-year anniversary, and we are now in 11 states. So I'm extremely excited about that. And so just know when you come back to watch us every Sunday night at 7 p.m. on our live virtual experience, oftentimes I am interviewing a woman entrepreneur, somebody that's moving and shaking in the marketplace on a national or international level. But tonight I wanted to talk to you about removing the nonsense out of your business and your life. And the reason why is because a lot of times we allow nonsense. I have been so guilty of it. We allow nonsense, whether it's from ourselves, whether it's from other people, whether it's from bad habits, bad choices, whatever the case may be, to put us in a position of paralysis, stagnation, confusion, and we really want to move forward, right? Not only in 2016, but we want to close out our 2015 strong as well. So with that, let's get started. I'm not going to hold you long. It's not going to take long to go over these steps. You guys probably already know this stuff. But a lot of times we need a refresher. We need a reminder, and I want to be the one to give you that reminder, and then hopefully you will be that person that gets over into action and move forward. So let me say this before, if you are not in, you heard me telling the scopers, if you are not a part of our Facebook group, we do a lot of conversating on the group, on Facebook. That's Women, Wealth, and Entrepreneurship. Women, Wealth, and Entrepreneurship. I encourage you to chime in. You know, anything you hear that resonates with your spirit, drop that in. If there's a quote that sticks out to you, drop that in the group as well. Anything that you've made the decision to remove out of your life, I want you to drop that in as well. We want to celebrate with you. We want to engage you. We want to conversate with you. So we encourage you to, you know, make your post in the Women, Wealth, and Entrepreneurship group on Facebook. So let's get started. I'm going to go over 4 things tonight. It's not going to be complicated. It's really simple. But 4 things. Number 1, the first thing is this. The first step to removing nonsense out of your business and your life is to identify what it is that you want. Okay? You have to identify what it is that you want. You know, what do I really want? What do I really want to accomplish in this area of my business? What do I really want to accomplish in this area of my life? Okay, so step 1 is what? What do you want? All right? Because it's hard to remove stuff out of your life if you have no direction, you have no sense of clarity. So what do you want out of your business? What do you want out of your life? Whether that has to do with your family, your spiritual life, your health, your mental life. What is it that you want? Okay, so that's number 1. I want you to identify what it is that you want. What it is that you want. Okay, and then I want you to identify why. Why do you want that? Because I've learned years ago, when I first entered the sales industry, one of my mentors told me about 10, 11 years ago, well, that was probably about 13 years ago, they said, listen, your why should be larger than money, okay? So why are you doing what you're doing, okay? Regardless of whether it's in business or life, why are you doing what you're doing? So what is it that you want? And then why are you doing it? You want to make sure that your motive is pure. You want to make sure that your motive is organic and authentic, okay? Because that will motivate you. The days that you feel like doing nothing, the days that you feel like giving up, that right there will motivate you, all right? And so now that is that actually is like an extension of the first one, or you can make it number 2. All right. Now, number 3 is how will you get it? Now, here's the beautiful thing. And I said I have 4, but I'm just going to say 5 because that other one I slid it in there, that why. So what do you want? Why do you want it? And how will you get it? How will you get it? So what is your plan? Okay. What is the plan to achieving the goal? All right. So what is the goal? So what is the plan to achieving the goal in your business and your life? We need a GPS system. We need direction to get to the overarching goal. So what is that? What is your plan? You understand? So okay, and for those individuals that may not know how to set goals, I want to help you, okay? Because a lot of times we'll set goals like a 30-day goal, a 90-day goal, a 1-year goal, and we never reach it. We never, ever reach it. Because for whatever reason, we try to do everything like in 1 day or 1 week. So let me give you a roadmap to achieving your goal. Let's say, for instance, you set a 12-month goal, and in 12 months, for business purposes, you want to generate a revenue of $250,000, okay? And so that's in 12 months. So what you do is you identify how many people you need to serve in order to achieve that $250,000 revenue generation in your business, okay? Now you take the 12 months and you take the amount of people and you break that up into months. So that means that your 12 months turns into 1 month. No, better yet, your 12 months turns into a quarter. So you break your 12 months up into 4 quarters within the year, okay? Now, out of the quarters, you break them into months. Out of the month, you break them into weeks, and then out of the weeks, you break them into days, and then days, you break them into hours. So how many people do you need to expose? How many appointments you need to make? How many, you can set in your schedule the day that you will follow up with people, right? Because everybody's not going to buy at the first sitting. The average person takes between 5 to 7 exposures before they say yes, right? And so you're taking the 12-month goal and you're breaking it into the quarters, and you're monitoring the quarters. You're monitoring the quarters to see how many people you serve within this quarter and how much revenue generated as a result of you serving these individuals. So it keeps you on track to reaching your goal. The same thing with working out. If your desire is to lose so much weight in a condensed period of time, then you have to break that up, right, in smaller chunks. How do you eat an elephant? I read in the book one time, one bite at a time. You don't try to eat the entire elephant in one sitting. So you eat it one piece at a time. That's the same thing with your goals. You accomplish your goals one bite at a time. And it's great to have an accountability partner, because we often give ourselves excuses of why we need to put it off to the next day. I've been guilty of that, okay? And so we have to block and focus so we can reach our goals. Now, number 4, so the first was the what, number 2 was the why, number 3 was how will you get there? What is your GPS system or your plan to get there? And number 4 is, if you're just joining us, I am talking about the steps to removing nonsense out of your business and your life intentionally. And you can do that, because nonsense will paralyze you. It will stagnate you. It will cause you to start going nowhere fast, okay? So you have to make the decision that you will do what it takes in order to reach your goal. So number 4 is, what are you willing to give up to accomplish your goal? What are you willing to give up to accomplish your goal? Now, number 5 ties into number 4. Number 5 is take an inventory. Take an inventory. Do a self-evaluation. Do a business evaluation. You want to do a life evaluation. You want to take an assessment of your life and of your business. And then you want to ask yourself, what am I willing to give up to accomplish my goal? What am I willing to give up to accomplish my goal? And so I want to, because we actually, one of the things I was doing is I was actually on Periscope, and I was giving some great information. And so I want to be able to share this with them, if you guys don't mind. So I'm going to say, remove the nonsense out of your business and life. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this information that I am giving to you all with our scopers, for those who may not be connected. And I am going to do this, and I should have just kept it on anyway, because my goal is to always share on all different streams. Hello, Identity Igniter. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm actually on our live Google Hangout, our Women, Wealth, and Entrepreneurship Live Virtual Experience, and I just went over something that was powerful. And I know I spoke just to tell you guys that I jumped off. So I decided to go back on scope to share these 5 keys to eradicating and eliminating the nonsense out of your business and your life. Hey sis, how you doing, Donna? And so I just went over them on our Google Hangout. If you guys are not connected to us on Facebook, connect with us at Women, Wealth, and Entrepreneurship. But I just wanted to share this again for our scopers, and because I'm going to recap this. I'm going to recap this information with those who are watching live right now. So the 5 steps that I gave is, number 1, what do you want? You have to identify what it is that you want. Okay, and a lot of us, we've heard this stuff, but we're not doing anything with it. We're not doing anything with it. So what do you want? What do you want? How will you get it? How will you get there? Number 2 is your why. Okay, why are you doing what you are striving to do? What is your motive? Number 3 is, how will you get it? What is your plan of action? What is your GPS system? How will you get there? Number 4 is, what are you willing to give up in order to reach your goal? What are you willing to give up? What habits are you willing to give up? to reach your goal? You know, what people are you willing to give up in order to reach your goal? And then you want to take inventory. You got to, and listen, in order to eliminate something out of your life, you've got to take inventory. How can you know it is paralyzing you or putting you in a state of paralysis or a stagnation if you don't take inventory? So look, if you have a project, and this is what I had to do for myself. So I'm just telling you something that I did for myself. If you, yes, baby girl. So if you are procrastinating, right? And it's a week, 2, 3 weeks, 30 days to accomplish your goal. You haven't accomplished your goal yet. You have to ask yourself, why haven't I accomplished my goal? You understand? If you do not ask the why question to yourself, I'm telling you, you will be in a state of denial. And you will give yourself all these sexy excuses of why you are still where you are. When in actuality, if you take inventory, you can start eradicating some things out of your life that has held you back. And I guarantee you, you can finish and you finish well. Okay, it is a reality that you can do it. So if you sit back, sometimes we need to slow down so we can grow fast, right? So you may have to slow down for a minute and say, hey, let me see. Okay, I suppose I did that on Monday, and I thought I was so busy that I couldn't get it done. But when I started looking at my days, I spent an hour on the phone with this person. I spent 2 hours on the phone with this person. I watched TV for 4 hours this day. The other day, I ran errands for 5 hours. So you start finding all this time that was wasteful. It was idle, that you could have been working on your project, right? And you can also evaluate it to the point of saying, every time I have a big project, I seem to run from it. And I keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. Why do I do that? You have to ask yourself the hard questions of why am I doing what I'm doing? And if you say, listen, I often put the smaller tasks before the larger tasks because I really don't want to do the larger. Listen, I'm telling you, that was my testimony, past tense was my testimony, right? But then I realized the larger tasks or projects, they yield the greatest result. So let's get the big stuff done first. And I call it creative procrastination. Let's procrastinate on the smaller stuff. Then once we accomplish the big stuff, then let's chop down the smaller stuff. Okay. So I'm telling you guys, we are crossing over into 2016. You should want to spill over into 2016. That means that you're engaged. We're in the last quarter of the month. You don't have to take off for the last 2 months like some people. As soon as November the 1st hit, they are done. They don't get back in action until January. Then they wonder why they are behind. They wonder why they're living average because they're not really, they're not engaged. It's not, you can take off in November. You can take a week off if you want to, but don't take off the whole 30 days unless you have just reached your goals. Now, if you've reached your goals, if you position yourself and your family to the point of taking off for 30 days, do it. I would love to take off for a whole 12 months, and I know that day will come. But that means that you have a team in place where your business is still going while you're off. That's that passive income. That's that residual. That's lifestyle. But if you have not reached that yet, then you don't be taking over those 30 days. That don't make sense. That does not make sense. It's going to actually put you behind. Okay. So listen, guys, remember that your what, your why, your how, what are you willing to give up, and then take inventory so you can eradicate the nonsense out of your life. It's time out for excuses. I just did a conference, shout out to Living Word Church in Livingston, Alabama, under the leadership of Pastor Miriam and Byron Franklin. I just spent the weekend there with them on Friday and Saturday, had a phenomenal, yes, I'm declaring the resist. Yes, sister. I know that's right, Donna. That's Donna. Let me give a shout out to Miss Sexy Me up in the New York area doing her thing. Got a conference at the end of October in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Sexy Me movement. I'm loving it. And so I had the opportunity of being in Livingston, and what I loved was the theme and the focus of the conference. It was no excuses. You're welcome, darling. No excuses. It was all about getting us off of our butts, right? Because but I can't do this, but I'm like, get up off them butts and let's get moving. Okay, and I had the opportunity. This one young lady, I was talking about creating a vision board, and we had a great time. And the young lady was so excited. She said, you know what? I'm excited. I'm going to go purchase my vision board on Monday. I'm going to get it done. This was yesterday during our Q&A session. And after she finished, I looked at her and I said, why are we waiting till Monday? And she just burst out laughing. Yes, yes, yes. She just burst out laughing. I said, I mean, unless you just have something very pressing to do on this Saturday, why not go out and get it today? And so that's what I'm talking about, guys. Being a person of action. Now, if you're going to take a break, take a break. Know that you're taking a break. The rest, you should take a break, right? You should not be working all the time. You should take a break. But when you work, you should work. When you break, you should break. When you spend time with family, you spend time with family. When you spend time with God, you spend time with God. When you're working out, you're working out. Listen, be in the moment. Whatever that moment is, be in that moment. Oftentimes, I'm asked the question, how do you balance? How do you balance all this stuff in your life, right? Well, the dynamics are different. So I can't tell you how to, yes, yes, yes. I can't tell you, yes, activist. Yes, I love that, darling. So here's the thing. I can't tell you how to live your life because see, you may have a husband or a wife with children. I'm not married. My son is 22. I'm an empty nester. So I can't tell you how to balance your life. I don't know the dynamics of your life. But you can tell you how to balance your life. If you think that you cannot balance your life, you are deceived. And I know oftentimes speakers say, well, there's no balance. Yes, it is. You just have to be in the moment, whatever that is. If that means you have to take your schedule and schedule everything on your calendar, do that. If you have to schedule time with your children on your calendar to make sure that you don't put anything before them, you do that. If you have to schedule time and appointment to sit and study the word or pray, you do that. People may think it's whatever. But the fact of the matter is we put everything else in our schedule and we stick to it. Why not put those other important things in our schedule and stick to it? Make an appointment with yourself to do nothing, which I call is doing something. I love jazz music, right? I love to listen to the words. So I'll put my phone on silent and just sit back and do nothing, which is something. That is my me time. That's what I did. When I got home from travel, I turned my phone on silent and did nothing, just to rest, which I consider something. So whatever that is, be in that moment. Don't be spending time with your family and trying to handle business, right? Don't be at the church house trying to handle business. Don't be at your work or your business talking about the football game, right? Whatever moment you're in, be in that moment. And that is how you balance your life. It's not going to be the exact same every single day. It's not. You know what I'm saying? But whatever you have on your schedule for that day, be in that moment and you will be able to balance your life. Thank you for the hearts on Periscope. Shout out to Periscope. Shout out to our live virtual experience. So just be in that moment. And I'm telling you guys, we can do this. I have made a commitment, or I have recommitted myself to the vision, recommitted myself just to myself. I'm like, I know I'm the bomb.com. There, I don't even have to question it. And that took me years to get to that point of just embracing my greatness. But listen, guys, you are wonderful. I'm telling you, you're worth all that God has created for you to receive in this earth. And you should not allow anybody to tell you that you're not, right? You should not have to apologize for how wonderful you are, because God will send somebody your way to celebrate you and you can celebrate them. And so let's stop playing small. And let's really get out here and do the thing. But in order to really do it at another level, we have to make a conscious decision to identify what it is, whether it's habits or people, that is slowing us down. And we have to be willing, even if it's temporary, to cut that thing or cut that person off. Okay, so we can be, I'm telling you, because when you really start going to the next level, yes, I got confirmation today. Yes, yes, yes. I know that's right. And once you get that confirmation, you got to run with that thing. You got to run with that thing. Like today, I came home from church. I relaxed. I didn't do anything else. I was still on my break. I was going to work, but I said, no, I'm just going to relax. I relaxed. I got on the live virtual experience to talk to you guys tonight. Next week, we'll be interviewing someone. We meet every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you're in our group or following me anyone on social media, you'll often see the link to be able to watch it live. But when I get off of this, I'm going to work. I got something that I want to accomplish before tomorrow. And so I'm going to sit up and I'm going to work. I'm refreshed. I've gotten more than enough rest than I need. And I'm going to sit up and work. Why? Because I say, okay, from this hour to this hour, I'm going to rest. From this hour to this hour, I'm going to work. From this hour to this hour, I'm going to talk to you guys. And so, and that's how you do it. That's how you keep your schedule, guys. And so with that, If you're anywhere in the Birmingham area, we will, on October the 4th, we'll be coming together here at a lunch party. Now, if you like to party, we're going to party and have a great time. We're launching the I Am Woman Network 2.0. That's the next phase of the I Am Woman Network. And to learn more, even if you're in another state, if you want to connect with us, we're in 11 states right now, and our goal is to grow and to expand on not only on a national but an international level. And we've launched our new subscription plan for women entrepreneurs. You can learn more about those plans at createglobalwealth.info. That's createglobalwealth.info, because we are global, baby. I'm telling you, when God gives you a vision, you got to speak that thing, and you got to keep speaking it until it manifests. And that's just the way it is. Before we launched our company, I was saying, yes, absolutely, Donna, global. I said, we're going to open in 7 states. This is what I said before we launched our company. And we actually opened up in 8 states. Now we're in 11. And so you have to call that thing. You got to speak that thing out. You got to speak life to it. And you got to pray it out. You got to birth it out. Give birth to it in prayer. Yes, speak it until it manifests. So, guys, listen, I hope that this has been a blessing to you. If you're not connected to us on Facebook, go to Women, Wealth, and Entrepreneurship. If you're not connected to me on, my name is Yakinea Marie. You can find me on all social media platforms. I look forward to connecting with you. Thank you guys for being a part of the live virtual experience, Women, Wealth, and Entrepreneurship. And thank you, Scopers. It's the first time I actually spoke and was on Google Hangout at the same time. But I'm excited. I'm learning all this technology, guys. But anyway, I'm excited. And I appreciate you guys. So, hey, may this be a productive week for you guys. May God exceed your expectation. May you serve at a great capacity on this week. And may you reach your goals, but not only reach your goals, exceed your goals as well. Thank you, girl. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I appreciate you guys. Have a great evening.